We came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
So when kind of going into this movie, were you aware of there kind of ever being a sequel, and were you kind of tied down to it?
I was aware there would be more than one, if obviously depending on the success of the first one. I seem to remember Matthew saying that he could envisage three. And I think he's always had that a kind of a three shape in his mind without having plotted out what they all are. I think he might be getting there now. And it was clear to me quite early on that I would, my demise in the first one, partly because there's a comic book, and it's loosely following that. So the idea of my resurrection came about, I think, after the first one came out. I think Matthew felt, partly because of the response to the first one, the relationships, I think, being quite key to people's enjoyment of it.
Yeah.
And also just our own relationships on the set, and how it all felt to be doing it together.
And was there some joy in playing kind of an infantilized version of Harry, almost Harry as a child, kind of dizzy on butterflies?
Yes, I mean, I'm not used to the spoiler thing here, because I've had to be, there's been a kind of omerta about... So if the cat's out of the bag, then yes.
It's entirely out of the bag.
Well, there's been a trailer now.
It was during all the trailers.
Yeah. I did enjoy it. I had to I sort of had to investigate things that I didn't in the first one. You know, Harry's past is in the first film is a mystery. You don't know anything about his childhood. You don't know where he comes from. You just know he's probably sort of blue-blooded, but you don't know, about his romantic history. You don't even know what his sexuality is. So then I thought, well, we're taking this at face value. The thing that Merlin says about him, he had a couple of choices to make in his life, and he chose. I thought that was quite interesting. Yeah. So I formed a little autobiography.
And I know there's all the talk of training to be an action superstar, but I'm always most intrigued by the suits and the level of do you ever get to have a choice in what your character wears? Because Harry is his style is just Harry style. Did you ever have any kind of involvement in the sort of suits or the brogues or the manner, and even his bags when he's kind of infantilized, there's a very specific look to it.
Not a huge amount. I mean, some films are more collaborative than others. Matthew actually is very collaborative, or at least seemingly so. He loves to have the conversation. We speak a lot on the phone. He loves to bounce ideas. As often as not, he'll have a good listen and then go and do whatever he, wants and thought he was going to do in the first place. Sometimes you realise an idea you had has made it through. Sometimes 6 months later you think, hang on, that's exactly what we talked about. No, suit-wise, I'll be chatting away during the fittings, but the designs, the look has preceded me. And so I'm just there, nuances.
And did you get to bring
this bag or this bag?
Did you get to bring any home with you?
No, I didn't bring them home. I did one. One went for a charity auction. The trouble is, I think they're absolutely beautiful, but you don't wear your film costume.
Yeah.
To wear something equivalent maybe, but you can't walk around in the exact suit.